Welcome to the exclusive. I'm your host, Sharon Tharp. Traitors season 4 has officially started, and I feel like it wouldn't be Traitors season without talking to this guy. I feel like it's a tradition at this point. So I'm excited to break down the first 3 episodes. And welcome back to the podcast, Tyson Apostol. Hi, Tyson.
Hi, I'm happy to be here.
Yes.
Excited for Traders this season. I have some good friends. I mean, I always have friends on there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, uh, Rob C, I've been podcasting with him for over 10 years
Years.
now. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, over a decade. Natalie, I played Survivor Winners at War. I know Jam Jam. And I also know Tiffany Mitchell from Big Brother.
I forgot you guys were on the challenge together, right?
Yeah,
USA?
yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
So,
Okay. You know a lot of them then.
I do know a lot of them. It's super fun to watch them though, and, yeah, I mean, we're gonna get into all of it, I'm sure.
Yes. I guess my first question is when you saw the cast, other than your friends, of course, too, but like, what did you think overall? How did it stack up to previous seasons?
I mean, I don't watch a lot of the shows. I
Mm,
think what is lacking, there's nobody from the challenge.
yeah,
Is
that
that
was a
weird?
miss. I think it's a miss.
And there's no I mean, I guess Donna is kind of that, like, we had what, the prince or whatever the dude was, the Lord
Lord Ivar.
Theringbone the 4th. Like, we had that guy, and then the year
He
before
won, Tyson. Put some
we had
respect on his name.
that's right. And then we had the politician the year before, right?
Forgot his name.
The
Yeah.
British guy but he was so
John.
funny. Yeah, John. Uh, we didn't get we I don't think we have that this season. And even last season, uh, Tom Sandoval was so
Hmm.
funny in the challenges and like the way he operated. And I don't see a character like that right now. In the 3 episodes we've seen, I don't see like a standout wackadoo that's just like silly and fun and everybody thinks is silly and fun. Like,
Yeah,
who is
you're
that person?
right. There's no comedic like
No.
break. You're right. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I didn't think about this.
Maybe that
Well,
comes in later. I think they hoped for Donna, but thank God she's gone, dude. She was I mean, I don't want to anger the Swifties,
no,
but
I'm wearing a Swiftie shirt.
yeah,
I'm a Swiftie, but like
we
I
needed to see
was
her gone.
let's just dive into it. I was disappointed.
I was too. And also, like, how is she the worst trader of all time with the power of the secret trader? She had the opportunity to mold that game in whichever direction she wanted. She
Mhm.
could target the traders by who she nominated. Like, she
Oh,
could
interesting, yeah.
selectively nominate people that made the traders more like you could lay suspicion on certain groups of people based on who you nominated, and then you give them a short list like, oh, you got to choose one of the housewives. There's
Yeah.
ways about it. And I don't think she was strategically thinking through that. And also on the fly, I'm sure it is difficult, but I was very disappointed that her as the secret traitor, like, everybody immediately clocked her. Like, it was not even a challenge for everybody's like, it's her.
Yeah, her defense wasn't good. I'm like, this woman has been on national TV, done a million live interviews. She swerves Taylor Swift questions constantly. I'm like, I just thought she would have a little more fight in her. And her defense was like, well, I'm starstruck by you. And I'm like, you know who your daughter-in-law is, right? Like you're
Yeah.
starstruck by this random person you don't even know. I don't know. It just wasn't strong at all. And I was like, damn, it was
I,
such a miss.
I have heard
Mm.
that they're very what's aggressive on admitting you're a traitor versus not like there's like the game only works if the traitors do not in any capacity point each
Let
other out
on.
or let on themselves that they are traitors. Otherwise, it doesn't work at all. The whole game is broken. And so it felt like she was afraid for some reason
Um,
to lie about it. Like, I don't know why she wouldn't lie about it though. You can lie, like, you can definitely lie. Um, but she was unwilling to be like, I am not a traitor. She just keeps being like,
yeah.
well, if that's the thing you believe, then your opinion. And you're like,
I hate that defense.
that makes it seem more likely. Just lie.
Do you I feel like they also rushed the secret traitor reveal because they knew Donna was in trouble. Do you think so? Like, because they were like, "Oh, you guys can meet the secret traitor," And I'm like,
Oh,
"Already?"
yeah, that could be. I liked the layer, and I
Mm,
hope we see it in the future, of the traders trying to figure out who the secret trader is, kind of being an alliance, but also wanting them gone. Like, the traders,
yeah.
like, secretly want like, they were happy that they got rid of Donna, and I think
It's
they
good for
should.
them.
Donna also should have been trying to get the traders to out themselves. Like, that should have been her goal as the secret trader.
Which she did the opposite. She picked all these, like, under the radar players
Yeah.
on the short list, which we'll talk about, but, like, yeah, I don't think she played this well. I think they put her in there because why not? It's Donna Kelsey. This is a big name. Okay, we gotta make her a traitor.
Are people tuning in to watch Donna Kelsey? Are, like, people like, "Holy smokes, dude, she's on a Peacock show finally, let's go tune in."
I don't think the Traitors needs it either, but no, I don't I think Swifties, sure, they might, but I
Will they? Do
no.
Swifties love uh, the mom of, Taylor Swift's current boyfriend? Is that, like, the where the Swifties generally gravitate?
Not really, like, I think if you had Kylie Kelsey in there, Jason Kelsey's wife, I think that
Mhm.
could have brought in more people because I think she has, like, a huge fan base of, like, moms who listen to her like, I think that would have been the better route. I feel like
Yeah,
Donna doesn't have her own fan base, right? Like, I don't know.
yeah.
I didn't
I
really love
haven't
it.
seen a Donna Kelsey t-shirt for sale anywhere.
Would you wear one, Tyson?
Yeah, actually, I would. They, with her glasses just, like, hunched over with a little, like, handbag, clutching it with both hands, probably I would wear that.
This poor woman, like, I would see the in the background of the missions, like, they wouldn't show her up close, but someone was always dragging her or, like, helping her
Yeah,
up
I
because
saw
I
that,
didn't
and
realize she's, like, 70 something years old.
well, and then also, whenever there was strategy, she just not a care in the world, just wandering through the house no like, so traitor coded. It was
Yeah,
incredible.
it was pretty bad. But okay, so overall, you liked the secret traitor twist. Did you like how
I
they
I
did it?
think the secret trader twist with different circumstances is fun. Yes.
Okay.
I think Donna played it very poorly. I think get a strategist in there that's really thinking about who they're nominating and for what purpose and then
Mm,
articulating that purpose. Like, I think part of it is that Donna wasn't giving us
anything.
reasons. And also, it makes it hard, like, if we don't know who the secret traitor is. Like, I knew who the secret traitor was, like,
You
halfway
could
through
tell.
episode, yeah, but I wanna hear from her why she's making these decisions. Like, I've always been a proponent of, we want God view. As viewers, we
Yeah,
want the eyes of God. We wanna see everything and know what's going on behind the scenes, even if they don't. And I think it would have been more compelling to watch Donna talk through the reason she's putting people on the short list and then jump to the traders running through the short list, wondering who the secret trader is because of who's on the short list.
right. So let the audience in. My
Yeah,
I'm almost like wondering if she didn't give that much for
that's
like
what I'm
the
thinking. And then they
yeah.
just were like, never mind, we'll do it
Yes.
this way.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I liked the picking of the person in front of everyone. I don't think it landed as well. Like I was hoping for more drama or more reactions. It kind of was just like everyone played it the same, but I thought
Yeah.
that was fun, I guess.
Yeah, it was. I thought so too. I thought, like, oh, people might get a read or somebody might flip out
Yeah.
or whatever. But it seemed like there was too big of a distance to really get a good facial expression on people and stuff. At the round table, the very first nomination ceremony, can you, as a contestant, like, if I were sitting there blindfolded, could I reach my hand over and just tap somebody on the shoulder? And then when they open their eyes, there's like a fifth person there, and they're like, "This isn't right." And Alan's like, "Cut everything. We had to redo it. These are not
Uh
the traitors. Look at their. It's somebody else." Like, I,
well,
why
you
would just as a
did you
fun joke, wouldn't you do that?
I mean production would definitely probably shut that down, but I could see you
They wouldn't.
doing
They
that.
couldn't stop it in the moment. Like, they're like, everybody sit there and hold still and close your eyes, and then you could do it so fast the cameras might not even catch you based on where they're really looking. Just like tap someone on the. It's just so funny.
Okay,
Just
guys. So when Tyson's on the Traders, this is what we're going to be expecting.
if you're
Just
sitting next to
nonsense.
me on the traders, then and you get a tap, it is a good possibility you're not really a trader.
Yeah, I don't know if you watched the UK version. I only watched an episode or 2, but they did that. I think it was UK or was it Canada, where they tapped people, but they tapped everyone except the traitors, and they were like,
Oh,
"Actually," yeah, they were like, so people had to, like, change their reactions in front of people. They were like, "Actually, if you got tapped, you are faithful." And everyone was like, "Oh,
wow.
shit." Yeah,
That's fun. I do
that's
like
fun.
that. Yeah,
Mhm. I
I
was kinda
like
hoping they
that.
did it.
What about uh tapping a trader and then having that trader tap their next trader, and
Ooh,
then when everybody's sat, that second trader taps the third trader.
I don't hate that, like a chain, a traitor
Yeah,
chain.
a trader chain. I don't know.
Hmm.
I just think of stuff outside the box all the time. Like, immediately, my mind when the shoulders were being tapped was like, "How
Yeah, let's
come?"
spice this up.
Or just like me, like, I'm in there blindfolded. I reach over to both people on either side of me and just tap their shoulder and then go back, and then both of them open their eyes, when they're sup when the traders are supposed to open their eyes. It just come on. That's funny.
My gosh, okay. I mean, I wouldn't hate it.
What would
I
the
think
show
we
do? Would the show just be like, "Okay, we have 5 traders, I guess Tyson fucked it up," or would they be like, "Oh, reset, we gotta end Tyson, you're out."
I
Like, what
don't
are they doing?
know. Yeah, I mean, I feel like they don't wanna risk I don't they take this show pretty seriously, right? But I appreciate I want the comedic stuff. Like, I do think we're missing that, like you said. Um, so that would've been fun. We didn't get much reaction at that first with the tapping, where we usually get someone hyperventilating or someone
Yeah, or somebody, like, really pinning it on someone because they moved their elbow during like, they heard a shuffle. Like, we didn't get any of somebody being like, "You breathed weird, your eyebrow went up, and you had an elbow flick."
Yep,
Like,
yep.
that didn't happen.
I
So
will never forget in the UK version, there was a woman who doesn't have an arm, and they were like, "She didn't drink her water. She doesn't have an arm." Like, it was crazy. It was crazy.
and did they vote her out?
I don't know if I don't remember if they voted her out, but, like, they that was, like, a full episode of people accusing her because she didn't, like, raise her glass. She's like,
Mhm.
"I'm missing an arm."
Yeah, that's so
So
good,
wrong.
but so
Um
good. It's like, just that's reality TV.
There you go. Let's talk about the other traders. Talk to me
Okay,
about these 3 picks. I was skeptical, but actually a little bit pleasantly surprised. But what about you?
so I think they have to. I think Traders has to do like every season, there's a gamer in there, at
Mhm.
least one, and they run it and they give you the reasons and stuff. I think they did have to do a season where there's not historic gamers in the turret.
Yep.
I don't think right now we're getting the content that we got with the gamers in the turret because they're
Yep.
just like, well, let's just like choose another person. And you're like, why? But why? Like, is there a reason? What are you hoping to gain by murdering this person?
Yeah.
And I don't think we're getting those conversations as much because of this. But I do think, like, cut the housewives some slack and let them run the show for a little bit because generally they just kind of like start exiting and they all get mad. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
What do
I
you
feel
think?
like I think the murders have been a little boring in the sense that, like, we're not seeing a lot of reasoning. I mean, and we'll talk about Ian
Mhm.
and Rob, but I'm just like, and I don't mean that against Ian and Rob. I mean there's not a lot of reasoning. There's not a lot of like arguing. It's very like peaceful in there. So yeah, that doesn't make the best TV. I do think the traders are playing okay so far,
Yeah.
which I didn't expect. I was like, Lisa's gonna be a mess. Candace, I wasn't sure, but Candace definitely gives me Phaedra vibes, very poised.
Candace is
Um,
a little messy though.
she is,
People
she
are
is.
already on to her. She's doing a little too much.
The Portia thing was
That was
interesting.
crazy. Well,
What?
The Portia lie was crazy where she lied about
Yeah.
Michael and then Michael confronted her and then Portia didn't stick to her guns. Like I think Portia needed to stick to her guns more. I think she would have been fine if she would have been like, "No, this absolutely happened. That's exactly the wording you used. I you like for sure." Um
Yeah, I'm
Michael's
shocked she got out of that.
Michael's straight on wackadoo. I guess he's the comedic relief, except for he's not funny. He's just aggro.
Annoying,
Yeah.
annoying, lack of self-awareness, self-aggrandizing, inflated sense of self, like,
Mhm.
is It's I don't know why they cast this man. I mean, like, if they wanted him to be the Tom Sandoval, give me Tom Sandoval any day. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I can't stand this man. And the fact that they didn't go after him, it's a mess. It's a mess. I don't know what
But
to
they
think.
don't go after him because they don't respect him. They all just think
Yeah.
he's a big joke.
But he's a bad faithful. He's taking up time at that
He's a
round table.
bad
If
faithful and a bad traitor. He's bad both ways around. But if
right,
you're a
and look,
traitor, you want him to stay in the game.
that's true. Yeah. Yep, that's true. Um, yeah, I guess let's talk about Michael. I'm worried about my girl Tiffany. I get what she's doing. I understand the traitor angel strategy. This is not I'm
This
worried.
isn't gonna work. Yeah. If he's too he's too out there. Like you can't
Yeah,
like if she suspected him by herself and nobody else suspected him, great. Like
right.
cozy up to someone you think is a traitor. But the second everybody's onto that traitor, you have to jump ship. Or the fact that she's telling other people she thinks Michael is probably a traitor is
Yeah.
maybe gonna be okay, make it better. But also was like, you have to distance yourself from the person everybody dislikes.
Yeah, I think like I said, I think that I get what she's trying to do, but I think that's not the wagon I would try to hitch myself to.
No.
I think that's gonna go off the rails. I don't think he's long for the game. I hope not. But then the mess with Jam Jam, and then now Tiffany is accusing Jam. I'm like, what is going on?
I mean, Jam Jam is acting a little sus.
I'm pretty pissed with Jam Jam about throwing sus on Rob, by the
Yeah.
way. He
Yeah.
threw him under the bus.
Oh, so hard.
Why? What was the point of this?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just self-preservation or what happened, but I don't think Jam Jam's playing great right here. He's already in the mix. He's already in the arguments. He doesn't have a compelling argument back at Michael for why he's not a traitor.
Yep.
I mean, it
It's
is
just arguing to argue.
yeah, and it is hard, I guess, like, what do you have to go off of? So no matter what if I were in Jam Jam's position and somebody's accusing me of being a traitor, I mean, the more you give to it, the more, guilty you look. So it's like a balance of, like, wrong, like,
Yeah.
that's probably all I would do. If I were Jam Jam and Michael was
I
accusing
could
me
see
of
you
being
doing
a
that,
traitor, I'd just
Tyson.
be like, "False. False news, Michael. That's fake news, buddy." Like,
Yeah.
whatever. You have to be funny about it and also not care. And
Yeah.
Jam Jam reacting a little bit too emotionally to Michael, I think is bad. It looks suspicious.
Yeah, I think he's in trouble, and I understood why he's not gonna they put, the coffin in Rob's grave, and Jam Jam was like, "Sorry, like, it's self-preservation." I get that because you don't wanna stick your neck out a little bit,
Yeah.
but when at breakfast, when he calls out Rob and says, "You were mute, you were that was just, like,
Yeah.
unnecessary. Why?
Yeah, I
Why?
couldn't tell if he was throwing him under the bus or also making him seem more of a
More
faithful. Because he's like, "You
faithful?"
were so nervous." He's like, "Yeah, I was nervous because 'cause I'm not protected." Like, I don't
Mm,
know. Like, maybe he was trying to help. I kind of was it was weird, though. I think you want to bring as little attention to yourselves as possible in every situation right there, and so
yep,
that was definitely weird. Also on that challenge, the coffin challenge, couldn't you as a team 2 things. Couldn't you just
yeah.
convince everybody not to place a coffin? So you bank 0 money, but you all still make it to the next round?
Tyson,
Or
they would never do this. This group would never do it.
or could you, as one of the teams, pretend like you're collecting coffins, but make sure you're back at the graveyard for every time the other teams are and convince that team not to put one in your team's coffin? So you're not banking any money. You're just pretending like you're out on the hunt, but then you make sure you're at the dock and you're like, hey, we won't put it in yours. You don't put it in ours. And then they're like, okay, like you could have done that every time. Like
Like, play
that's,
defense.
yeah, just play defense the whole time.
I love that idea. I think that is you probably could get away with that. I do think, Tyson, if you ever played this game, you would break production because production would be like because I think they would be annoyed they didn't have the shot of people doing that as opposed to being like, "Oh, wow, that's a great strategy." Although, I don't know. I Natalie was the only one thinking strategically here, right?
Well, Rob was, but he didn't wanna stick himself out, and then
Fair.
Natalie came up with the better idea. because Rob
Yep.
was like, "We gotta be strategic about where we're placing the coffins, like, we can't just put it in the closest one." Sure, that does make it easy to be like, "Well, it was just the closest, sorry." But Natalie was definitely smart there, and I
Yeah.
think that's what inspired me to take it one step further and be like, as one of the teams, pretend to work, but make sure you're at the graveyard every time another team
That's
comes
so
in.
smart. I wonder, you don't think someone in production would be like, "Guys, you gotta do the mission?" Or they'd be like, "No, this is a part of the game strategy."
I think they would allow it, but even if they didn't, like, I'm not wavering from that. I'd be like, "Nope, I'm keeping myself safe. I don't care. Show me where it's written in the rules, or this is how I'm proceeding if I can get my whole group to proceed." If my group's not on board with it, you just have to go with the group. But if you can
Yeah.
convince the group to be like, "Look, it's more important that we stay safe than that we bank money."
That's so smart. I mean, more and more every season, these shields are given out to like half the cast.
Yeah,
Like, it's easier to get a shield now. You just kind of like, even with the cages, it's like, I don't know why some people were volunteering. I would never volunteer to go in that cage
no.
ever.
I would
Like,
convince
why?
the other person that I was the best at whatever was gonna happen
Yep.
and do it.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So we're talking about Rob. Poor Rob, because he called that murder in plain sight
He clocked it so quick, it was
so
amazing,
quick.
so fast. He's like, "Something isn't right," and
Conga
then
line.
the
A
conga
conga
line.
line. Come
So
on.
stupid. So
So dumb.
stupid. A, that's like getting people to pray on Survivor or do yoga in the morning. It's just, like, embarrassing to be a part of that whatever thing.
Mm,
Like, you try to get me in a conga line on TV, like, there's no
no.
way in hell I'm joining that.
Uh,
And then it's so suspicious, and Rob knew it, and Rob didn't know that Candace had started it,
I
and
know. That was sucked.
when he asked her and she said she started it, he knew that she knew that he knew that she like, they both immediately were like, "Oh." She's like, "He's on to us, he knows it's me," and he was like, "I know it's her," and the conversation just died. I texted Rob after I saw that. I was like, "Bro," and he's like, "I know, but I was already dead because it didn't matter. She had 0 input on the murder."
Which is crazy because I was wondering at first, because she had said a bunch of times, like, Rob's so smart, whatever. And then this happened. Even if she wasn't on the murder, she probably would have picked Rob anyway, right? At that point?
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah. So I guess it didn't matter. But had Rob survived that, he he would have known Candace was a traitor, right?
Yes. Yeah, for
Okay.
sure,
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah.
He knew, like, you could see his whole demeanor change as she said, "I was the one that started it," after he asked her, and he was like, "Fuck, I said it to the
Ah.
wrong person." So,
Ah,
he wasn't
it's
surviving that night once that happened, but he didn't survive it anyways. If he would have seen Candace start the conga line or asked somebody else who said Candace started the conga line, he would have been in a golden position.
I was thinking that too because I was like, whoever started it is clearly the one making the distraction.
Yeah,
So, bless you.
exactly. Sorry. Oh, my
No.
camera followed me?
Yeah. Um, but there was nothing, do you think there was anything Rob could have done differently with his game?
No. I mean, only that blunder with Candace that he did just didn't know. I
Yeah,
think
he
that
just told the wrong
he
person.
just told the wrong person. I think it's hard because I watch the Traitors, and I think people are so willing to give up information or ask for information, and it's to their downfall almost every time.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like that, you just have to sit on it and sit on it and sit on it till you're certain you can get the majority to banish that person. Otherwise, you're just sticking your neck out.
Yeah. I just feel like he had the right instincts of like align wanting to align with some of these housewives or get, not be weird because I just always go back to Dan Giesling kind of being standoffish with the housewives and they did
Yeah,
not like that. And so I like that he was talking to Candace. Unfortunately, she was the traitor. And even
right.
when she's like Michael, she's pushing Michael, Rob is using his logic and being like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I feel like if it was any other person, he might have been okay. It just sucked that it happened to be Candace.
right.
I don't know. What did you think? I was surprised they did a murder in plain sight so early, but I like that Rob clocked it.
Yeah, I was proud of Rob for immediately catching that and just being like, something's happening, and then telling people. I don't know if that's smart to tell people.
Mm.
Like, he went and told Tiffany, it's fine. I also think, and I don't know if this happens and we're not seeing it, whatever car I'm in, rolling in, I'm making an alliance before a traitor is named. I'm like,
Oh.
listen, car, we're ride or die to the end. If this group stays together and has each other's backs 100%, doesn't matter if we're traitors or faithfuls, we'll get to the end.
Yeah, because
Then,
the
and
traitor will protect you.
yeah, and because we already know in that moment that nobody's a traitor yet, it makes it easy to make a
Oh.
deal.
That's such a good point. You have so many good ideas. Every year, you have, like, an evolution of these ideas, and I'm like, "I need to see you play, Tyson, because 'cause you're right." Like, why aren't they doing that before they even pick the traitors?
Yeah, you should be creating an alliance before the traitors are picked so that everybody can trust each other because
Smart.
that's the only time the whole group can be trusted. It's when they can be trusted the most
Right, right, right. I mean,
is
I will say Candace calling out Lisa before sh when they
yeah,
before you even know the other
yes,
traitors.
yes.
I
That
don't know
was
if I would have done
hilarious.
that, but
Yeah. I mean, the balance is like to be a faithful, you have to point your finger at people.
someone, yeah.
But you also have to, like, be sporadic enough that, like, it's clear to other people that you have no fucking clue.
Yes, I thought the sentiment made sense. She was like, "I'm gonna be playing as a faithful, you would be speculating, you would be." I don't know about
Yeah.
naming someone right away, but you definitely wanna be throwing out theories.
Yeah.
So I liked that idea. It just sucked that it happened to be her fellow traitor. Uh, but she seemed to like, Lisa seemed to be like, "Fine, that's fine." Meanwhile, if it was like Danielle or Carolyn from last season, that would
Yeah.
not have flown
Dead.
well.
Everyone's dead. Yeah. That's, I thought so too. That's the part of the traders right now is they're just, like, getting along too well,
Yeah.
and they're not really attached to who gets murdered, so they're not
No.
at odds with each other as to who should go. So
Wait, you're right.
that's
That's why there's no conflict
that's why
because they're
there's no
not
conflict.
really they're deciding on a short list that they didn't even make.
They're
Right.
deciding on a short list they didn't make, but then they're also just, like, indifferent. They can all 3 of them can justify murdering anybody, and so
Mm.
it doesn't, and maybe that's the way to go. Maybe it looks less suspicious. Maybe they'll last longer as traitors doing it that way versus, like, a tug of war of, like, "Oh, this person getting murdered is best for my game, but it's not good for your game, so but now," like, yeah,
They also just saw the mess of the turret last season, so maybe they were like, "Let's not do that."
yeah,
I do wanna talk about Rob R. Poor Rob C. There's always another Rob, and then they fricking on the Chiron got rid of it.
yeah.
Rob will never
That's
get
what
over
happened on
that.
All Stars too.
Yeah, poor Rob. But yeah, Rob R. I wasn't sure about him. I think him being quiet in the beginning and then being consistent and like help. I think he's playing this well. I feel like he's being set up to be like one of the smart players. What do you think about Rob R?
Yeah, I don't hate Rob R. I think he's fine. I don't know. I mean, he's Love Island, right? Was he a big
Yeah.
standout character on Love Island?
As far as I know, I didn't watch his season, but he was very like beloved, is what I was told.
Okay. Yeah. He seems nice enough. I think he's playing into that Southern Alabama boy charm, and that's working for him. Uh, Mara, I would have to vote out immediately just for that accent. Like Tink,
Mora, yeah.
Tink, she keeps saying Tink instead of think,
Is
which
she's Irish,
I don't
I
know.
think?
Whatever
I
she is, she's a lot of it because
yeah.
that accent is thick and grating.
Yeah. It's very distinct. She also I don't know if she's wearing a wig, but her hair changes drastically
Oh,
every
must be. Yeah, must be. I didn't even think of that.
yeah.
I do kind of appreciate that she's just like, I'm not good at anything, and so I'm gonna let everybody do everything. Like,
That's what I would
and
do.
yeah,
I'd be like, "You guys handle this," because she was sitting on that throne and she's like, "Don't do it, don't do it." And I was like, Why is it that big of a deal? You're probably not gonna" No, I would do the same thing. I'd be like arguing with the person probably.
I
I'm like,
want to
"I'm
talk about
staying
the
here."
throne.
Yeah, let's do it.
Can you just save your coin till the very last moment and then get on a chair last? Because it didn't make it seem like you had to play your token in that round. Like, just put the token in your back pocket, and then at the last moment, be like, "Oh, I just got this token. I guess I'm the last guy with the token. I guess I'm safe."
This is why I have you, because I would never think about that, but you're completely right. Like, you're saying between the different sections, like, you
Yeah,
got one in the second one, just
just save
put
it
it in
till
your
the end
pocket.
of the 3rd. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, why not? If that's not in the rule, you know?
Yeah, it didn't sound like it was in the rules. It said you could play your tokens at any time to take over one of the thrones.
Right. Well, that was a big drama with Michael being screaming about, like, "We didn't talk about this," like, uh, that was annoying to me.
I did
Colton
like
annoyed
how he
me
stepped up though and was like, "Hey, I feel like I need this more than," like, I didn't hate that, honestly.
because
I
he's just
think
playing.
he's just playing. Also, it does maybe, if I'm there in the moment on the cast, I like that. I like
Mm,
watching that happen because now there's conflict between Jam Jam and Michael. I'm not in it. Targets can be somewhere else. And also, there's an off chance that one of them is a traitor.
yeah,
Like
that's
Jam Jam
true.
could easily be a traitor right now. If I'm sitting in that house, that in the castle, I'm thinking Jam Jam could possibly be a traitor.
He is
Bas
acting sus,
He's acting so sus.
and I don't understand why. I feel like he's smarter than this. I'm very confused by his gameplay so far.
Well, I mean, the only thing we've ever seen him do is Survivor, and he won. And the edit on Survivor, if you win, is favorable.
True, that is true. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan of his season, so I don't remember all the details of what happened, but, uh, yeah, I was kinda like a little I feel like he's
He's
going
also
tit for t
emotional. I've met Jam Jam.
is
I
he?
like Jam
Okay.
Jam. He's a good person. He's a great guy. I had him on the podcast, but he does get emotional.
Okay.
And so especially like, he gets defensive,
Yeah.
claws come out a little bit.
He's going tit
So
for tat with Michael, which
yeah, he's a
sometimes
bad
isn't a
look.
bad thing, though, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's not, if that
Sometimes
person
it's
is a
not.
traitor.
Yeah, or if everybody hates that person enough that you're the hero, but it's also how you go about it. Like, that's
Yeah,
kinda tricky. Like, if everybody sees Michael as a joke and you're just, like, punching down on him even more, then that's probably not a great look for, Jam Jam. But if everybody wants to fight back at Michael, but just doesn't have the energy or want to, and Jam Jam's the one doing it, then everybody is like, can rally behind Jam Jam.
that's true. What did you think about Michael's singing at the round table?
Oh, yeah. What was the
What
song
was
again? I have it written down here. Uh,
what was it? I'm trying to
i
remember.
oh, "If you're a traitor and you know it, clap your hands."
It's ridiculous, but alright,
Yeah.
I don't wanna compliment him, but as for, like, TV, we needed something. Like, I was just getting a little, like, "We need
I
something."
thought it was funny.
It was funny. I
Yeah.
thought it was
And
ridiculous,
he
but
kept
funny.
looking at Jam Jam and be like, "Clap your hand. If you're a traitor and you know it, clap your hands."
Wa
So, yeah.
was Jam Jam I don't remember his eye roll as being so dramatic. Like, he was eye rolling, I feel like, the whole 3
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah. He is. He is dramatic. Those are, yeah. I Their signature Jam Jam eye rolls, I think.
Mm,
So,
it was
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I did like that. Yeah, what else should we talk about?
Oh, I wanted to talk about Tiffany, obviously, with the Michael of it all, she's now also coming for Jam Jam, but her logic, though and Tiffany, you know I love you, but when you're saying it, "Oh, a gamer would kill Rob and Ian," or whatever the logic she was saying, and she's like, "So it has to be Jam Jam just murdering everyone." I'm like, "That logic could be applied to you."
Yeah, and then Colton clocked her.
Right.
He immediately was like, "She could be." That would be like some next level chess, is her pointing at the other gamers and being like, it could be a gamer. Um, and mathematically and historically, there's a gamer in the turret. So if two
Yeah.
gamers are gone, you're looking at the remaining few gamers. But also, it's such a weird label, like gamers. I get it. I got the label in House of
Yeah.
Villains,
Oh, did
but
you?
it's just like, if you have played on a strategy based game show, you're a gamer.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, like, you could get the duncest Big Brother contestant of all time, Paul. Let's say Paul, and then just kidding,
I love Paul. How dare you?
and then
Is this
put
a
him
preview
in.
for House of Villains?
No, I'm just kidding. And then you put, but you get like anybody. they're getting labeled a gamer no matter what. If you come from Big Brother, if you
Yeah.
come from Survivor, if you come from the challenge, you are just getting labeled as a gamer, and there's no way around it. Like, that's just what you are. But a lot of these, how do they know these people? Like, how are people knowing Rob C?
How did Caroline know Rob's a mastermind of Survivor? This is what she said, and I'm like,
That's what I'm saying.
did she
Is
read a
that
Wikipedia page before she went out there?
Jam Jam must no, because like you don't know who's going to be on the cast, right?
Ye
Or do
I
you?
I doubt they knew Rob was there. Yeah, you're right.
So then Jam Jam had to have told him, or someone had to have told him, House of Villains, you get your phone. So like people can research. You get your
Yeah.
phone at night. But here, I know that they take their phones away before filming. So at that point, it's like you only have the information that you know yourself before you went in, or that somebody in the house tells you. Like, if I ever go on Traitors, please let me be the only Survivor contestant so I can go on and be like, I was on Marriage Boot Camp 10 years ago. Like that, nobody's going to even know the difference because
Yes.
housewives don't watch Survivor.
Unless you get like a Dylan Efron, one of those guys.
Dylan, yeah, or Monet. Uh,
Monet, huge fan. Yeah.
yeah. So there are Survivor fans, but I think that you could go in, a lot of the gamers could go in and is the challenge, like who's watching the challenge from the housewives and stuff. Like we haven't had somebody be like, oh, I'm a huge this fan. Like, uh,
Yeah, and unless you're Johnny Bananas, or like a face of the franchise,
right.
you probably can go under there. You're right. Who the hell threw Rob under the bus before the game, like that early?
It could have only have been Jam Jam or Natalie, maybe Ian, maybe Tiffany. The gamers know the gamers. Like that's also
Yeah.
weird. It was like I am it, and like I don't even really watch Big Brother, but I know a lot of Big Brother contestants because it's the same network. It's a similar
Mhm.
vibe. Same with the challenge. I was on the Challenge USA. I know a lot of the challenge people, so like I would recognize these people, but I think it's a totally different world when you pull from like Bravo and E and all those other networks. So it's just like I think if you got into the house quickly and told contestants that knew you not to blow your cover and you wouldn't blow theirs,
Mm.
there's something you could do. Maybe not. Maybe that's too
Maybe
dangerous.
not with 5 people, but if there were like 2 of
2.
you, like
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I feel like it's gotta be Jam Jam because I don't think Natalie would do that. Ian, yeah, I don't know. Like, why would it just
I
seems like it
could
would
see
come back to bite
Natalie
you.
maybe doing it, but I look based off what we saw, it looked like Jam Jam would be the most likely to, and he was probably just
Yeah.
deflecting, getting heat off of him, thinking he was getting heat off of him. But it does, like you're already labeled a gamer. Like you have to go in assuming that everybody is going to label you as a gamer. Like, how do I go into the house with this pointy of a face, these perfect cheekbones, and not be seen as like a gamer villain type character?
I don't think it's possible.
Yeah. Like, I'd have to
That's
get so
true.
much plumper
You
in my
need some
face,
filler, yeah.
some bunch of filler, like just round cherub face. If I could turn
Oh.
this perfectly oval, pointy face into just like this big, round baby head, maybe
Then
people.
you could connect with the housewives. They're big fans
Yeah.
of filler.
Yes,
So
then I wouldn't be so, scary looking to people. Uh, but yeah, I
But
think
Monet,
yeah,
though, could have said something,
Monet
right?
could have said something. Yeah, Monet could have
Now
said
that I
something.
think about it,
How
Monet,
deep is Monet's fandom?
you're right.
Like, that's what I also don't know. Like, is Monet a newer fan? Has Monet watched every single season? I don't know.
I think Monet knows Rob, even just from the podcast world.
Probably, you're right.
So I think Monet must know Rob is at least very strategic and must have said. I don't know who did it, but I'm just saying like that was such a weird thing from Caroline. She lives
Yeah,
in Dubai. Like what? I don't think she's watching,
she doesn't know.
Survivor of the Amazon.
Yeah, she doesn't
But
know.
I was gonna say we didn't talk about Ian. I feel bad. Like he didn't really get much airtime.
No.
Had he gotten his footing a little bit, I could see him kind of adapting to the game. But he didn't have enough time in there. I don't think.
Yeah, I think if you're that style of character, like kind of like a Cochran-esque,
Yep.
nerdy, smart, strategic character, you need to find people that you can convince them that they're taking you under their wing. Like,
Oh,
if you can go
okay.
to Monet and be like, "Hey, I'm just a
Play
scared little
into it.
guy, and I don't really know what I'm doing, but I like you. Can we work together?" Like, and then you make them feel like they're in the position of power and that they're coddling you and helping you. I think it's how Cochran won Survivor,
Mm.
is he was just like, I have a
Help,
sunburn
help
and I'm
me.
redheaded and I can't do anything physical. Help me. And everybody's like, yeah, we'll help you. You're so defenseless. You're like a little baby bird. Like, you've got to be the baby bird. If you're Ian, like, be a baby bird out there and like, go to the housewives and be like, hey, I'm the only one from Big Brother and I haven't been on TV for a while and I'm really nervous and I don't really know what can I just be with you guys? Like, that's what
Yeah,
you need.
no. He did that on Big Brother 14, which was the season he won. He
Yeah.
kind of went under the wing of a couple of returning players, and they kind of treated him like he was an idiot a little bit,
Yes. Yeah.
but then he turned it on and was kind of playing under the he should have played that game. You're right.
Yeah. The baby bird game.
Damn, okay. Well, do you think when you see Ian as the first murder, are the rest of the gamers like, "Oh shit, here we go."
Um, I don't think so right then. It's too early to tell because you would be like, well, maybe he was just shifty. Maybe people got a weird read. Maybe he crossed a traitor unbeknownst to him. Like,
Mm.
when you see two gamers gone, though, that's when the alarm bells start ringing.
Yeah, that's why I was like, "Tiff, why are we throwing out jammed?" I don't know, unless Tiff, if you get out most of the gamers, maybe people get off the gamer thing, so maybe that was
I
what she
think
was
if you,
thinking?
no, I don't think so. I think if
Okay.
you, historically, because there's a gamer in the turret, like, the less gamers there are, the higher probability that, like, okay, we
Yeah, you're
saw
right.
we know those two weren't traitors. So now what? We have three gamers left. One of them has to be a traitor. So
That's
now
why she
let's
thinks
watch
Jam Jam.
just the gamers. Let's watch Natalie, let's watch Tiffany, and let's watch Jam Jam. And let's watch them really carefully and see which one slips up.
Yep.
And if she
Speaking of,
kills Jam Jam, or if he gets banished and he says, I'm not a traitor, now there's only two. Now it's a 50%, 50-50. If I'm in the house and I'm not a gamer, I'm thinking 50-50 on one of them.
you're right, and Tiff's a faithful, so, like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I just I wanna talk I wanna switch real quick to Natalie because I went in being like, "I need Natalie to be a traitor, like, I just need it." But to be honest, I am loving her as, like, this aggressive faithful. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's fun, and I think she's playing it well in the sense that, like, that is her personality. She's, like she has her guns out, she's, like, running these missions, she's befriending a lot of people, and
I think
she's
she's
very
better as a
aggressive.
faithful.
Yes,
I
I'm
feel
happy.
like if I were watching her in the turret, it would be a disaster
Really? Okay,
because
okay.
she would be aggressive probably about who she wants to vote for and why.
You're right.
And also, like, she might get loud and she also might get a little too aggressive in the house, like too confident.
Mm.
I think she plays better on these shows as the underdog.
You're so right, and she plays that long game, which I love. Um, and I saw her making a lot of connections outside the gamers as well, which I thought was smart. She's, very close with Monet. I saw her
Yeah.
talking to, a couple other people. I like how Natalie is playing right now. I feel like out of the gamers, she's in the best spot.
Has anyone pinpointed her as a gamer or grouped her in with the gamers?
I don't even think anyone said, "Hey, she won Survivor,"
Yeah. Yeah.
which
Yeah, I like it. I think she's definitely the best positioned gamer right now.
mhm,
For sure, she is. So, because Jam Jam's got some heat, Tiffany's got some heat. Nobody's pointing their finger at Natalie, but
once
that
they're
could be a reason.
faithfuls.
I mean, that could be a reason to point their finger at Natalie, is be like, you know who we haven't talked about that's a gamer? Natalie. Like, at some point that conversation happens. It's like crazy. Like, you can do everything perfect as a faithful and get accused of being a traitor because you're too perfect of a faithful.
Hmm. That's true. She's being a very good she's at she's the one at the round table. She's trying to steer the conversation in the right way. She's like, "Michael's wasting time." So yeah, I do it'll catch up to her eventually, but I so far I think she's playing it well. But once if Tiff, Jam Jam, they all go out, none of them are traitors, they probably will look at Natalie. So
Yeah, that's what
it's
I
just
would
a matter of
assume.
time. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Who else haven't we talked about? I feel like there's a lot of purple edits here. What is Mark Ballas doing? Do you know who he is, Tyson?
No, I forget. Is he the long-haired dude or is he the one with
Yes.
the okay, there's Mark, there's Eric, there's Steven, there's like I
Johnny and
remember
Tara.
Johnny and Tara. I don't mind Johnny and Tara. I like how like nobody's like they kind of were like, "Do you guys know each other?" Like, "Yeah, kind of." And they're like best friends.
He was like in her wedding and they like do the Olympics together.
Yeah, but it's not like people are like, "You know what? I love to watch Olympic figure skaters weddings." Like people aren't like they're
No,
not
yeah,
putting that
yeah.
together. But I think you have to assume whenever there's a connection that people are closer than they let on.
I agree. I
And I
agree.
don't think people really are here. I think they're doing fine. Uh, yeah, these other guys, I don't know. Mark is the long-haired guy. Is he Dancing with the Stars?
Yep, yep.
And then, yeah, we'll probably see more of these characters later, or maybe they are the purple edit that just gets murdered and we don't care at all.
Or they're one of them is probably gonna end up winning because I feel like there's always a faithful that like just gets to the end and ends
Yeah,
up winning with not doing much or not we don't see much
like
of them.
Lord Herringbone the Fourth.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Yeah,
I didn't mind Eric. I thought he got some screen time and actually he was giving me more than I thought he would. You know,
yeah, and Steven did too. Actually, Steven had the coins and was like, "I can't take these."
give it to the
You,
girls.
yeah, he gave them to the girls. Um, so yeah, Colton, he gives me like Uncle Rico vibes. Like he loves to talk about how he played football.
He's annoying the hell out of me. I will be honest. I'm
Yeah,
not a Colton fan. There's something about him that just seems like he's putting on a show. Like he's fake to me.
yeah.
I think this is his redemption story. I think he's coming in as a Tom Sandoval. Like he had a really bad reputation.
Oh, he
Um,
did.
f- yeah, there was like a whole he was like the gay bachelor. Do you know that?
Yeah, I knew he was the
He
bachelor, and then did he choose someone and then go back and choose some, or he did something? I didn't realize,
Yes.
but that made him a
That was
villain.
nothing. That was nothing.
Okay.
No. What made him a villain is that he was like I don't know if he was officially arrested, but he was charged with stalking his ex-girlfriend and it was like he put a tracker on her car and it was like some scary shit.
Oh, crazy.
Yes. And then but it turns out he's gay anyway, so I don't it's like so then
So what's he doing?
he later came as
That makes it
gay.
worse, kind of.
I That's what I think. I'm like, "Huh? You're supposed to support women. What's happening?"
Okay. Yeah, that's he shouldn't be allowed
So
on this show.
I didn't understand the casting. I thought it was a
If
very
you're
much
accused of
like
being a stalker and there's evidence again and maybe you got charged, maybe okay.
I don't know if he was convicted actually.
If
We
you're
should
not convicted, then
yeah.
sure, like innocent until proven guilty, okay. But if you are proven guilty of that, like don't stalk me on the show, dude.
It's a little creepy. And I just thought he was very excited to do this show and he probably was like, I'm gonna come in and this is my moment to like redeem myself. And I just
Yeah.
thought he was doing too much and I everything he did just annoyed me. But also like, yeah, he's after Tiffany right now, which I don't love either. So
Yeah. Yeah. Um
who else?
yeah, there's the all the housewives are there. Um
Portia
Lisa,
slipped up though. What was with
Portia. Oh
Portia?
my gosh, she kept slipping up and then she not didn't catch herself and everybody else was like, "Oh, what? Huh?" But
We
then
killed Ian.
even what?
She goes,
Yeah.
"We killed Ian," or
We
"I
killed
killed Ian."
Ian, and then she said there's 4 traitors, and then she said, yeah, we
When we
if
kill people.
yeah, when we kill people. Somebody else did that at the round table on the last round table,
Oh, my
somebody
was it Michael?
yeah, was it Michael who said when we killed Rob C or something? And everybody's like, "Wait, what?"
Yes. Yeah.
Um, so oh, no, Donna also said, distracting others is what we want to do as traitors or something like that. She said
Oh my
something like, this
god.
is how you would play as a traitor. And everybody's like, hmm? Yeah. There
Okay,
was
well,
a,
at least she was being strategic that
yeah,
in her thinking.
there's a lot of slip ups. And it's hard.
That
You're probably
surprised me.
nervous and wording, like, you don't know, like, I totally understand Michael saying, or even Portia saying, like, we killed so and so. Like the
As if yeah.
cast collectively killed that person. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Yeah. I just I thought it was a good pitch from Ron. Unfortunately, he
Mhm.
was wrong, but I actually
Yeah,
didn't hate the pitch and I just felt bad for him because he looked suspicious then.
he looks so suspicious after.
Poor guy.
Is Ron supposed to be funnier?
I was going to say he is a comedian. I don't think we're getting a lot of that yet.
Yeah,
Uh
yeah. We're not getting
his
any of that.
his outfits maybe are funny. I don't know, like, what it was supposed to be. I don't wanna I don't know the man, but I wasn't getting much. Again, there's not someone in there really being comedic or
Yeah,
giving us that relief, and maybe they thought it was gonna be Ron, but so far, it's not really giving much.
yeah. I wonder who will it be somebody eventually?
I mean, Monet maybe? I don't know. Monet's
Yeah,
also been, like we got a little bit of screen time with him, but, like, not a ton. Um, but we'll see, I guess. Who
yeah.
else? Dorinda's not giving me much either, Tyson.
No,
I know
Dorinda. They shouldn't have brought Dorinda back. I was
well,
like, what?
she's not playing any different, like,
She's
I
doing
think
the
she's
same exact thing. She's just like totally out of the loop. She doesn't know what's going on. She just wants to be with the housewives. Uh, yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know
that
who
wasn't
she knew to get invited back.
yeah, Johnny Bananas is probably pissed because he wanted to
I
come
would,
back.
I would be. Bring Bananas back. Make him a traitor. Just be like, okay, you're a traitor, Johnny. Come on back and let's see. Let's have you for a few episodes.
To be honest, at this point, seeing Dorinda, no offense, I would have preferred Bananas just because I know he would have given us good TV at
Yeah,
least, or
yeah,
tried. Um, who else? Anyone else we didn't talk about? Candace, Caroline's giving me not much, to be honest.
yeah.
Um,
Um,
Kristen, I love Kristen personally. I don't think she just doesn't have a lot of screen time.
no. She
Um,
looks the coolest though. I think
sh
out of all the people, she looks really cool.
she is like I find her so, like, perfect, like, aesthetically, the way that
Yeah,
she dresses, like, everything, and I'm just a huge Top Chef fan, and so I've got to interview her a couple times, and she's just a badass, like
yeah.
and she won the show. It's basically like, she won Top Chef and then became the host. So, it's pretty
Right.
cool trajectory.
Yeah, that is
Um
cool.
We
Yeah.
end on we end on the face-to-face murder, which again, I think they're moving up all these like little twists of different kinds of murders, which is fine.
Did you like
But it
Ron just being like, "Kill me. Let me see your faces. Kill me." Like, what is he giving up already, or is he thinking that they're not going to kill him if he yells at him to kill him?
I don't know. Who was the person last season? Was it Sierra who was like, "I will fucking kill you all," like,
Yeah,
which I
yeah,
thought was a little funny. Um, I don't know. I guess maybe he was if you're tied up to a tree, you do seem kind of pathetic, like,
yeah.
groveling to like, what would you say, Tyson? Like, I can't picture you groveling. I think maybe strategically you can convince them.
Yeah, maybe. It is a tricky situation because you don't want to tip the scale in the wrong direction. Um, I kind of feel like it's dependent on how you're viewed in the house.
Mm,
Like Ron, he already assumes that people assume he could be a traitor. So the
true.
traitors probably really wouldn't murder him.
That's
So
smart.
he needs to be more aggro. I think the way he played it for himself is probably great because they're like, why would we murder you? You're going to get banished eventually. Like, well, we want to keep you here as one more step for us, is what I would think. Um,
I was hoping
who,
he would say that. He would say, "Guys, I have so much heat on me. Don't kill me." Like,
yeah,
but
yeah.
maybe
And
that
then we
wasn't.
also have, was it Eric that was like, I am an asset. I could be an asset to you guys.
Yep.
Sure, but, like, how can he be an asset? Like, he doesn't know who is who.
Yeah, it wasn't super compelling. It was he was saying the right things, but needed more evidence of, like, how that would help them.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, who else? Kristen was like, "I'm not gonna beg," I think she said.
yeah, she said, "I'm not gonna beg," and it's like, "Okay." I
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do there, 'cause it is hard because I hate groveling, but sometimes you just have to grovel,
Yeah.
but I don't think I wouldn't grovel. I'd
But
probably
you've
just be
you've
like,
fed people egos before if you had to in
"Yeah," but
Survivor.
I don't even know whose ego I'm feeding.
True.
That's the hard part is you're blindfolded. Like, can you just be like, "Hey," like, if you really knew who one of the traitors was, you could just be like, "Candace, I already have it written down in a note and hidden in the house that if I am murdered, you're a traitor."
Oh, shit.
Like, I don't know. Could you do
Oh.
that?
Could you call yeah, be like if you knew it was Candace, be like,
Yeah.
"Candace, I know you're there."
Yeah, "Candace,
Like,
I know you're there, and I already wrote it down in a note and hid it in the house where somebody will find it tomorrow."
just make up a lie. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I don't hate that. I
yeah,
feel like they were definitely seemingly again, this could be misdirection, but it seemed like they were leaning toward Caroline because they gotta get a housewife at some point, and I don't
yeah,
hate that logic with 2 housewives in the turret, but what do you think?
yeah, I also agree.
Yeah.
I think the misdirect was Ron. Like, I think the misdirect was Ron for us, because I think their logic of getting a
Yeah.
housewife and then ending on Ron yelling at him to murder him. He's also, like, the least threatening person in the house. Like, if I'm a traitor and
He's like a
he's
teddy
yelling
bear.
threats at me, I'm just like, "Get a load of this guy." Like, it's like a little mouse and you're, like, holding your finger on its forehead as it's trying to, like, punch you. Like, you're just like, "No, that's
Ye
you're a cutie pie, Ron."
Yeah, yeah, I agree, he's like a teddy bear, I wouldn't and also he has heat on him, so that doesn't make any sense to
Yeah.
murder him. I think you gotta go Caroline here. I don't think she was, like sorry, I don't think she was adding much to anything,
No.
um, but, I guess we'll see.
So
I
if
don't
you're a
know.
traitor, like, I feel like I would default to whatever's the most entertaining. Like, if it's
Thank
between 2 or
you.
3 people, I would be like, "You know what? I'm just gonna get rid of the most boring person here because I don't feel like they're contributing to the overall product of what we're trying to do." And right now it's neither here nor there of between the 2 other than let's keep whoever's most entertaining.
I think Rob says Rob always said this too, Rob Cesternino, and I told him, I was like, if you're a traitor, please stick by that and just get rid of the boring people because like, we need good TV here." But I agree, like, Eric's not really giving much, Kristen, I love you, you're not really giving much, Caroline's not Ron none of them to be honest, there's a lot of
Yeah.
people here, there's too many people in the cast, they're not getting
That's the hard part with Traders is there's so
yeah,
many people on the cast. It's hard to see everyone, it's hard to meet everyone. It's also like they don't need everyone to be a shining star. They need like 4.
yeah, you're right.
And then the other problem is that you get 20 how many people are there? 23?
23, it's a
23
lot.
people who all feel like they're probably the main character. And then they get in there and they still feel like they're the main character. And you're like, okay. It's, I guess that's what you want. You want everyone to feel like they're the main character. But
But they're
could we,
not.
could we do traders with a smaller cast? Could you do 2 traders and a cast of like 12 or 10 or something like that?
I mean, if you think about it, they are grouping this is 3 episodes grouped and next week is 2. It's like
Yeah.
cut those episodes and just like make it a smaller cast cuz think about it, Ian and Rob, no I'm pissed about it, but like we didn't really get to see much of them.
Yeah.
If it was a smaller cast, we probably would have.
And that's the bummer too with the way Traders is formatted is those first few votes, if you're not a trader, there's not a lot you can do. Like it's
Yeah.
just like fingers crossed and hope that whatever your reputation is and whatever whoever's doing the murdering, like if you get banished, it's kinda on you a little bit,
Mm,
maybe,
I
but
agree.
getting murdered by the traitors is like, early on, that sucks.
I completely agree. I think if you get murdered, part of me is like, if I'd rather get murdered because then it's kind of out of my control. I can't be
Right.
blamed for it. But at the same time, it sucks because, yeah, you can't there's nothing you can do. So I get that too. Like, I get both sides of it. But yeah, I just think like a smaller cast wouldn't we would I think the show would benefit. I think they just love they want as many fans tuning into this as possible, as many shows they can tap into. So I get that, but for the
What they need to
product,
do is start with 1 traitor,
mm.
and then instead of murdering the first night, they select their next traitor, and then
Isn't that what they did with season 2? Didn't Dan pick Parv?
uh, yeah, but was that right off the gut bat?
I don't remember if they murdered someone first. I don't remember that specifically, but I know
But
they picked Parv.
I think spend the first couple episodes were as assembling the traitors.
Mm, that could be fun. Make
Then
it
you
more of a
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Then and maybe if you could make it a way where, like, there's some game component to, like, everybody knowing that a traitor is being selected. Be like, "Right now, there's 1 traitor. Tonight, they will choose someone to join them." And then the
Yeah,
next night, it'd be like, next night, and then have the challenges, still bank money, but also, like, yeah, who knows? Whatever. Because I think in that moment, if you're on the cast, you'd wanna showcase that you should be a traitor so that you get selected.
but doesn't I feel like production would never give up that power just because they want they right? Or you're saying production's still picking them, so it doesn't matter?
No, production's choosing the first one,
Okay.
but I think it's hit or miss anyways. Like, they chose Donna as the secret traitor this season, so, like,
How dare you?
they don't get it right every time.
We all knew that was coming too, which is like,
It
I just was expecting more from her. Oh,
Yeah. I mean, the big twist would have been if she was a faithful. Like, that would have been mind-blowing. If you're like, "Wait, what?"
yeah.
So, I don't know. Uh,
Anything
I
else we
like
need to talk
Traders, I
about?
like watching Traders. The game
Mhm.
isn't perfect. There's a lot of ways to beat production at the game, which I think makes it fallible.
Yep.
Um, because even just, like, being like, "Hey, I'm a traitor. Stick with me." Like, that's
You're
like,
not allowed.
you're not allowed. I'm sure it happens, or maybe people have tried it or whatever.
Like a
You're not
wink.
allowed. Yeah, but you're not allowed. Like, if that's the safest thing you have to that happening is telling people you can't, that's not
Yeah.
enough. The game has to be designed where that shouldn't even be possible to be able to do that.
I think you're right. I think that's I just go back to Sandra. I feel like Sandra knew Parv was a traitor and like there she had no incentive to go after Parv. And you're
Yeah.
right. That's a flaw in the game because now we see Tiffany trying to play the same strategy and now she obviously it's not Michael, but yeah, if you're allowed to do that,
If you and
then
I
I
know each other
yeah, how do we play this?
and we go into the game and we know we're gonna be on the traders together, all we have to do is say, "Give me a wonky handshake if you're a trader, I'll do the same." Then you have if you're the trader, you have my undying loyalty to
Yep.
the end,
Yep.
and vice versa. And then it's just like I give you
I'll
some
recruit you as soon as I can and
yeah,
that's
give you
it.
some wonky handshake, and then that's all you need. Like, there's and maybe people have gamed it like that and we don't know.
I was going to ask you in 4 seasons, do we think that's happened?
Something's happened for sure.
Something.
Something's happened where somebody's hinted that they're a traitor, or that they're going to recruit a traitor. The Danielle and Brittany thing last season was there were some rumors about
Mm,
things happening. I don't know. But if there's the gap in the game design and it's either getting eliminated or taking a chance on breaking a rule to further your game.
yeah, I mean, at that point,
Yeah,
just
further your
whatever.
game. Yeah, exactly. So, I
I'm
don't
just
know.
like, do they have someone on staff, like a game designer being like, "Here's how you fix it?" Because I just to me, this is pretty simple of like what's wrong, and they're
Yeah.
not seemingly fixing it.
Yeah. I I think they will have. I mean, how do you fix it?
I don't know, to be honest. That's the thing. I don't I know Tony had some ideas of like incentivizing people to get the traders out. They did that on Canada. I don't think if it was personally incentivizing people, I think that could work. I don't think incentivizing the group for more money as a group, $10,000. We've talked about this before. What
No.
the fuck is the point
Why
of
are
that?
people cheering about the money still?
Tyson, how
Um,
much money have they earned? Do you remember? I don't
like 40
even
grand or something.
like I haven't paid attention to any of
Yeah.
that.
It doesn't excite me at all. I think you're right. Like mm, if you vote for a traitor,
You get a clue.
no, if you vote for a traitor at the round
Oh.
table,
Mhm.
you get $2,500 on top of your fee or something like that. Every time a traitor gets eliminated and you were one of the people that wrote the traitor's name down, you get 2,500 extra dollars
And it's not
or 5
publicly
grand. And it's not
public.
publicly until the end. Till the end, you're
Yep.
like, here's your bonuses. Here's your traitor vote bonuses.
I think that I mean, I don't know if 2,500 to, like, maybe a Colton is great. Eric Nam apparently is royalty, I didn't know this, so I don't know if he needs it.
He doesn't need it, but he also doesn't need the victory.
Yeah, that's
So it's like
well,
whatever, take the 2,500 guarantee in this moment. I think everybody would take 2,500 if they, because the thing is that the bulk of the group, you just need the bulk of the group to
yeah,
determine that that's worth it, and then the others will follow. So even if it's not
less
incentivizing Eric, it's incentivizing 19 of the people there to get it right, and so now he has to go with the group anyways.
that's true. And you're also avoiding, like, a lot of random throwaway votes, I guess. But wait, is that
Yeah.
not fun because then you have a lot of his consensus at the round table?
There'd still be confusion. I think you're just eliminating the few people who wanna cozy up to a traitor.
Right, yeah. And that's the problem with the game currently a little bit, I think.
Right.
So you're right, okay. I mean, yeah, I think that could work. I just think these group money banks, whatever, like, I don't think that does anything
No,
for
the
it.
challenge is, and then we've said this since season 1, the
Yep.
challenges need to give you clues as to who the traders are, and then if you're also incentivized to vote for a trader by getting a cash bonus every time you successfully eliminate one and you were one of the people that wrote the name down, you're good. The
That's
challenges
why
have not, the challenges are I mean, you can get a shield. That's the only thing that right now the challenges are good for. If you're a faithful, is that you can get safety.
I was gonna say, you go into these challenges, I feel like Natalie's thinking this way. You go in, you don't give up if you win, right? Like, you're not
No.
get like, you just need a
Y-
shield. That's why you're
Yeah.
there.
I don't care about banking any money.
Exactly. Okay. No, I
The
agree.
only reason I'm banking money is for people to see that I'm helping
A
the team.
faithful, yeah, which I think is what Rob R is trying to do right now,
Yeah.
lead the which I think is smart. Um, yeah, I was talking to someone else and they were like, this is a random thought, but, sometimes at the round table, I think Rob was just, like, saying, like, throwaway comments, and I really like that. Nothing substantial, but, like, at that round table, it's good to, like, talk enough where people think you're not quiet, even if you're
Yeah.
not saying anything substantial. I think I don't know, I just like this popped in my head because I was talking to someone about it. That's another thing I would do that I think people the quiet people should be just throw like, just be like, "Yeah, I agree with that," or like, just pretend like you're talking more, I
Yeah.
guess.
Well, I think if you played Werewolf
Mm,
and those games, what's the Mafia? If you're somebody on the Mafia, you narrate the game to be like, okay, so like here's what would, so like in that moment,
like a
especially
faithful
like,
would do.
yeah, like a faithful would do. Like the
Yeah.
thing I would do if I was a trader in this final roundtable would just be like, you know what? Rob C thought that there was a murder happening in plain sight. And then He's gone now.
Mm,
Does that mean there was a murder in plain sight? Are we what like everybody think back. What do we got?
yeah, throw that out there.
Yeah.
I feel like Candace was doing that, kind of like theorizing enough, and she's a traitor, but I do think that's the move of like I just played Mafia actually with Rob hosting, and I said they were like, "We have nothing to go off of." I'm like, "Well, they just saved one person. Let's work backwards. Who would save that one person?" And I think that's the logic. Like, I don't have a lot of great ideas, but like, just throw something out that like we can talk about.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of people in there that are kind of quiet, and those I don't know if being quiet anymore is like a good strategy. I
Mm,
think
I don't
it
think
doesn't
so.
really do
Too
anything.
quiet. Yeah, you can be too quiet. I mean,
And you're
like
not
even
making good TV.
we saw Dan a couple seasons ago, and finally people were like, "You've given us 0 names, and you keep saying you're not gonna name a name till you're certain." Like, come on.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
uh, Faithful's throwing out every theory they can come up with.
I thought by season 4, Tyson, we would be like, "Look at this game evolving." We're like, but I feel like there's just so many little things that we're talking about, like how things can improve. And I still like the show. I still enjoyed these 3 episodes. I just,
Yeah.
from a game perspective, like if you're going on the show, you're not going because you're like, I'm it's for the love of the game, right? Like that's not
No, I don't think
whereas I
anybody's
just think
doing that.
no, no. Um,
People are doing that with
well,
Survivor.
that's what I was
People are doing that with
thinking.
Big Brother. People are doing that with the challenge. With maybe Traders just hasn't been around long enough, but I also think that there's the gaps in the game design that once those get filled, maybe it will be perceived that way.
Yep, I agree. Who do you think of the traitors is gonna either turn first or be out first?
I think Candace is going to be out first. She's
Okay.
trying to mask, but she also people have also already kind of like their ears have perked up a little bit when she said stuff. The Portia thing, I'm surprised the Portia thing didn't backfire on her harder
Well, I
when
guess because Portia went out, so it's
yeah,
good for
and be like,
her.
"Oh, she's out." And no, it's big Portia went out, but her beef with Candace about the conversation, that should have been a red flag and be
Hmm.
like, "Oh, well, maybe Portia did hear right and Candace is lying."
Yeah, no one said that. We didn't get any confessionals of anyone being like, "That's weird." To me,
Yeah.
that was very weird. There's multiple people in the car who should be able to corroborate the story.
Yes.
And Maura's like,
Yes.
"I don't remember."
Yeah. Mara.
Poor Maura. Like, what?
No.
Okay, I won't say.
Sawdust. She's like sawdust in a chicken nugget, just filler.
Yikes. Yeah. Uh, I feel like, um I agree. I think Candace has the most heat on her. I think Rob's kind of skating by. I think Lisa's playing it pretty well. She's just continuing to be like loud and kind of a little bit
Lisa.
like, yeah, Lisa.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm trying to think. Okay, so do we think this is going to be a game where the faithfuls or the traitors win? If you had to like guess at this point, based on 3 episodes,
Um, I think Faithfuls win.
I just am like who on the faithfuls is actually like catching on to people and like
But
being smart.
who on the trader side can keep it under wraps for long enough? Like we
That's
already saw
true.
Donna just like so glaringly a traitor. Like if especially if you're getting rid of all the gamers, like who's masking that they're a traitor so well?
Yeah. I don't know if there's any, like, masterminds on this show. Like, I think Rob was one of them. I think he could have caught on. I mean, he did.
Yeah.
So I think them getting him out, I'm like, I don't know. I think Jam Jam's looking in the wrong places right now.
Tiffany
I think
is looking in the wrong
Tiffany is.
places.
Natalie
Natalie
has potential. I think we
yeah.
gotta see.
Natalie and
Uh,
Monet maybe
Monet.
are the most savvy in the house right now.
I wouldn't hate that if it was a Monet and Natalie win, to be honest.
Yeah.
I wonder if Natalie would cut Monet at the end though. Or is that how that works? I'm trying to remember. How
Yeah,
does it work?
you can vote people off at the end, but who's gonna get nominated as the next traitors? If we lose a traitor, who are they gonna invite? Like, let's say
Not a
Candace is gone, who's, Rob, R, and Lisa inviting? Are they gonna do another housewife, or are they gonna try and get somebody completely different?
mm. What's the move there? Do you want someone who has a lot of heat on them or your friend? Or both?
You you don't want you don't need your friend. Your friend is already working with you, hopefully.
So he doesn't need Mara in there, for example.
Yeah. If
And
Mara trusts him already, don't bring
yeah,
Mara in. Uh, Bring in someone who either has a lot of heat or has reach in a place that you don't,
I would probably bring Jam Jam in. Just or
because he's got a
Mike
lot of heat, or Michael.
or Michael and let him implode.
Yeah, but he might implode so much that he names names. Like, I could see Michael being, like, not giving a shit and being like, "By the way, the other 2 traitors are," and then you're like, "Oh," and then the production has to come in and be like, "So, guys, because that
Actually,
happened, you have to actually totally forget that that happened and play exactly how you would if you didn't have that information." Like, what happens in that scenario?
I thought Bob the drag queen was this close
To
to
doing it
outing
to Boston
Rob.
Rob.
Yep. It was borderline in my opinion.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
it happened on the UK too. There was towards the end, I forget what season, but the guy pretty much threw the other guy under the bus. And to me, I'm like, they need to be very clear in their contracts, like of what maybe they are, I don't know. But I think
They are
I
clear in their contracts, but even still, it's like in the heat of the moment, depending on what you're getting paid and how, like, annoyed you are with that person, sometimes it's worth it just to sabotage them as well.
yeah, it's just
But that's the flaw of the game. Like, you can't have that in the game design and not expect it to happen at some point in some capacity.
and then it ruins the whole season.
And then it ruins the whole season. Like, what do you
What
do
a
at that point? A
waste.
hard reset with different traders?
Oh my god. It's gonna happen. If I mean, we've been close to it before, like I said, but yeah, I don't know. Who do you think of the survivors is gonna last the longest? Obviously, we know Rob,
Yeah, not Rob,
but
Natalie. I think Natalie.
yeah, I think
I mean,
so.
unless Jam Jam can hold on long enough that people think Natalie's playing too good to be a faithful.
At some point, I'm not super impressed with the rest of the faithfuls right now. So I'm like, who would accuse her? I guess a traitor could, like a Rob or
Yeah.
Candace, but that's a good point. Uh, Anything else we didn't talk about, Tyson? And what was your big takeaway from these 3 episodes?
Um, the big takeaway from the 3 episodes,
Was there one?
put a gamer in the turret.
Yeah.
You need a gamer in the turret. You need a gamer as the secret. Do the secret trader again, but have it be a gamer. Um, and uh And then, yeah, I need somebody to think outside the box when they go in. Like the coffin thing with just like posting up right there and being like, "Don't put us, we won't put you." Just like over and over again.
Yeah.
The whole episode is you just standing there waiting for the other teams to come in and telling them that you'll work with them. Um, and then, uh, yeah, I think that's about it. I think they tried to do a non-gamer in the turret, and it doesn't seem like it's as compelling. It's not as exciting. Like last season in the turret with Rob and Danielle and
Insane.
Carolyn was like awesome.
Yeah, that's a good point. I enjoyed the episodes, but at in terms of, like, entertainment value, I think we were lacking a little bit
Yeah.
or
The
a
thing I
lot.
the thing I did like, so I have a couple things starred in my notes, and one of them was Candace coming to Portia's defense.
I found that surprising, but smart maybe,
Yeah,
right?
then when Portia's outed as a faithful, you can be like, I had a feeling I'm Candace. I just like, faithful knows faithful. But also, it could seem suspect because how would you be so certain? If someone's glaringly a traitor but ends up being a faithful and you were one defending them as a faithful the whole time, then you have to kind of be like, I don't think people picked up on it. I think it worked how she wanted it to.
You're
Um,
right. That's
so
something
that's the
Wes said
balance.
last sorry, I was gonna say that's something Wes, I feel like, said last season. He was like, "Well, there's only a few people who have all the information." So if
Yeah.
someone is that confident in something or you know what I mean? Like, use your context clues here.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
What else did you have starred?
we talked about the other stuff I had starred, but is there now that we know that murderers in plain sight are happening, are we gonna get somebody running around the house looking behind pictures, looking in the secret room every 5 seconds, like, trying to catch the traitors doing the murder in plain sight every season?
I was surprised that no one had been, like, moving things because they said they've redesigned the castle, so I don't know if that maybe played into it.
Yeah.
Um, but, like, the picture frames I don't know. Yeah, I wanna say I would be poking around, but maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. I think
Can
it's
we
smart.
have Colton versus the shaky hand girl from Squid Game: The Challenge, uh, in, like, a heads up battle with the hand dexterity for, like, large amounts of money?
Yeah, sure. By the way, what was that like, again, these missions are silly, but, like, stacking skulls. Also, Johnny was, like, lost. He, like, was 10
He
minutes
didn't even
late.
he was so bad. He was so bad. I You have to be so mad if you're the guy in the
Yeah.
cage and he's doing that, like, he didn't even try.
No, it seemed performative a little bit. I don't know. Uh, if Eric goes home here, it's fully on Johnny, I feel
Yeah,
like.
100%,
Yeah.
100%. So,
All right.
I don't
Well,
know.
we shall see. Thank you, Tyson, as always, for joining me. Oh, what did you think about the I was gonna ask you yeah, I was gonna ask you about the wolf.
"Ow!" There's so much wolf howling, and, like, sometimes I look at it, I'm like, "Those are coyotes, and those aren't even present in Scotland." And then sometimes it's just like a dog. Like, they have, like, a wolf howl sound with just the domesticated dog with sometimes the silhouette of a coyote.
I can't believe I think maybe it's because I live in New York City and I, like, block out extra noise, but I did not notice this once, and so now when I see it, when I rewatch it, that's all I'm gonna fucking notice.
Every time there's a transition in the nighttime, it's always a wolf howl. It's
Okay.
like there's, like, 8 minutes of wolf howling every
So much
episode.
fluff.
Yeah, there is a ton of fluff. It's like it was dramatic the first few seasons, but
Yeah.
now, like, I'm just like, "Just get to it." Like, I can see how long this episode is. I don't need it to be longer.
Exactly, and that's I think something else that the traders needs to evolve on is just like, "All right, we're 4 seasons in, we don't need all of the explanations a
I
zillion
don't need
times."
Alan telling me every single thing every
Yeah.
time.
Yep,
Yeah, that's how I
exactly.
feel too. That's exactly I there were multiple times when Alan was talking, when I was like, "I like Alan. I don't need the explanation anymore."
Yep, yep, and he's trying to be the witty but it's kind of like it's played out a little bit, so I'm like, "Come
Yeah,
on, let's move on."
yeah.
No offense, Alan. But yeah, Tyson, thank you so much. Are you gonna be covering the traders at all on your podcast?
I am not. I will be starting Survivor 50 coverage, earlier than usual, and then I will be
Okay.
covering House of Villains, as well. So,
Aren't you on that show, Tyson?
I am on that show. As far as I know, I was listed on the cast. I mean, no spoilers, but,
No, no.
yeah, I was there.
Did you have fun? Can I ask that?
Sometimes. I think I
Okay.
had fun. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
You
I
were
had
living in
fun.
a
It was
you're
fun.
living in a house marriage boot camp, were you living in a house too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
That I would
a
hate that.
mansion reality. Yeah, it's different. It's feels confined and there's, like, little few places to go for privacy, so
Mhm.
yeah, and it's just whatever. You just
Okay.
deal with it. It's part of the job.
And I'm sure people are wondering, so Survivor 50, real
Yes.
quick, your thoughts. Are you excited? Are you like, let's see how it goes? Like, what are your overall thoughts, I guess, going into the season?
I'm like, "Let's see how it goes."
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of complaining about the cast. It wasn't what we were promised as fans, or I guess, are we
What we
owed
thought.
anything? But they were we were told it was gonna be a celebration of the eras, which there's a lot of eras missing from the cast. So, it's not really that, but I also think that with the cast they have, there's enough entertaining people there that it's gonna be a fine season. Like,
That's how I kind of think.
yeah, we
Like,
have
it'll
Q,
still be
there's
Survivor.
Coach, there's Suri, there's, like, enough star power and wackadoodles on there that it's gonna be fun.
I was out there and Coach was an interesting interview.
In a good way or what?
He
Or a
goes, "Can
bad
I?"
way?
He's like, "Do you have a pen?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, I gotta write down my proverbs or my quotes. I'm like, okay, sure. Here's a pen.
Okay. He had them
So
all queued up for you and then read them, or what?
he had them queued up and he was like ready to go. Which we saw in the trailer. He had like the
Mhm.
overarching thing. Uh,
Yeah.
and this is, I don't think this is a spoiler because I'll start putting out my preseason interviews, but a lot of people wanted to work with Coach, like half
Interesting.
the cast.
Wow.
So I'm interested to see how he does. Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
good news for
Yeah.
Coach.
For
Um,
Coach.
on before I went out on heroes versus villains, I was gonna just like misquote the Old Testament as often as possible and like use all the verses in the wrong way just for my own purposes. And I started reading it and was like, holy crap, this thing is boring, and stopped. Like I was like, this is gonna be so funny to just like misquote Old Testament verses throughout the entirety of heroes versus villains, and then I couldn't do it.
Oh my God. How long ago was Heroes versus Villains? Was that no, it wasn't 20.
15 years
Wow.
ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you have a lot of people on this cast that you know, so it'll
Yeah,
be
a ton.
interesting.
I mean,
We're,
I know pretty much everybody because I've interviewed everybody on the podcast and also played with a bunch of them.
yeah, I'm excited. Where can people listen to your podcast?
The pod has spoken on YouTube, Spotify, anywhere else that you listen to podcasts. Our season 50 analysis with Mallory Rubin has been out since last summer, and we will start squirting out new episodes soon. Is that
Squirting
Yeah,
out.
squirting out new episodes.
I've never heard this before.
I just made it up.
I love it. Well, again, thank you, Tyson. I'm sure I will see you back next year, unless you're on the cast, which I hope you are, but we'll see. I don't know if you actually want to. Do you still want to play Tyson, or are you like, eh?
Did I ever? I don't
I don't
know.
think you ever did.
I don't know. We'll see
Okay.
if I ever have a conversation with them. But then people are going to read into this and be like, "Oh, he's for sure." I'm on the spoiler list every single
Every year.
season. Every year, it's like number one spot, Tyson. He's there again, and it's like I don't have conversations with anybody that puts me on these lists or that knows anything. And it's just like I'll get text messages. Like I've already gotten text messages for the next season, being like, "Saw you were on the cast for next season." I was like, I haven't heard anything from anybody.
I stopped texting you, Tyson, because I was like, this
You're
is
like, "It's
silly.
not." Yeah, it's not. He'll text me. It's
It, yep.
I have not heard anything except for that I am already on the short spoiler list
Well, good for
for
you, Tyson.
next season, and I have done no work or had any conversations that should put me there.
Well, look, you don't have to do anything. You're already on the cast.
Yep,
But yeah,
that's
thank you
it.
so much.
Okay, thanks, Sharon. Good to see
All
you.
right. You too. Bye.